Hi, welcome back to this session of Paint This with Jerry Yarnell right here at the Yarnell School of Fine Art in the beautiful northeast corner of Oklahoma in the Osage Hills. I'll tell you, it's a beautiful place, folks. It's not all dust and dirt and weeds, I promise. It's beautiful. Come and see us sometime. But anyway, we're on the grand finale of this beautiful painting, and I love this because of all the color, the wonderful opportunity to create depth and all the different variations of values, contour of the ground and so forth and so on. It's just an amazing painting. Hope you've enjoyed it. Now we're going to put the final highlights, details, and anything that makes you feel good in there. And so let's start with some of the basic concepts. Number one, this tree right here, now it's kind of going to stay for the most part in shadow. And so I've got a whole handful of brushes here. And what I'm going to do is take my number 10 bristle brush. We're going to put some minor highlights. Now I've done a little bit of work between now this session and the last one. See the little bits of highlight to form the shapes of these trees? Now these are the little clumps, but because this is kind of in shadow, more of a silhouette, you want just enough to create form. So you take this brush, take a little phthalo yellow green, go up here to your dabble board, work it in nicely, where you get that, see that nice color there? It's kind of an olive green. Tap it till you get that sort of umbrella shape going. Now you come over here and you tap it like this, just like we've been doing. We're doing a lot of tapping in this painting. You create these little pockets, these little patterns. Now these are the little clumps of leaves that you see in most trees that are fully leafed out. And what you want to do is create these little pockets that are left over, the negative space. You've heard me talk about that a million times. And then you kind of highlight up here. See, there'll be a little spot here. There may be several places. Your tree may have a different shape. Again, my only responsibility to you as a teacher is to give you basic concepts, techniques, ideas, technical support, and you have to kind of take it from there. That's why it's hard to teach fine art versus some other things, because you have to kind of be on your own a lot. So what you're trying to do here now is take your collection of leaves and highlight according to your tree based on the information, the shape that you have. And even this outer edge here, see, if you want to make that a little bit more refined, you can do that, or leave it a little rough. I like it both ways. So I'm going to leave it just like it is for this painting. But I am going to put a few more highlights down in here, so I'm going to see if it moves. See how I push on it? We've talked about that the last 2 or 3 lessons. To keep the canvas from bouncing, this is a 15 by 30 stretch canvas, and sometimes they kind of bounce when you do this kind of tapping. So you have to push on it. And just put those little highlights, because we know the light's coming in from the left-hand side. It's going to hit the left-hand side of these clumps. Now, on an occasional 1 or 2, you can take some yellow and add to this, yellow-green, make it really vivid, and put a little bit of what we call a cap light or an accent highlight to make it pop out. See, just a little bit more on a few clumps. Make it look more like the sun's hitting certain ones that are, more forward, so to speak. Really fun. Now, while you're, see how that really makes that tree, I love that effect. Now, while you have the same color on your brush, you now go through the painting and you do your accent highlighting, wherever it might be. For instance, it could be on some of these flowers here. See, I can go in here like this now and tap in some of these brighter yellow greens. You can put it, let's go ahead and finish up here a little bit. See how cool that looks? It just brings that right out. You can come over here in between your flowers that you put in last week to brighten up some spots. That nice little patch of light right there that just really brings that to life. This is your job now, is to go through and do what we call accenting the painting, accent highlighting. You look for areas that will help bring the painting to a little bit more forward, put a little more life in it. And this helps to settle and seat all of your flowers and give them a little bit more of a finished effect.